Welcome to No Match for a Blaster, Star Wars Role-Playing Podcast, Season 2, Episode 19, Ghost in the Basement. I'm your host and Ewok Party Planner, Ito Davis. If you're new here, No Match for a Blaster is an actual play podcast featuring the Morality Plays crew, playing the Star Wars role-playing system by Fantasy Flight Games. And now it is time to thank our Blasterheads of the Week. Liz Beatty! At this level, Liz gets access to our exclusive Patreon feed to listen to our episodes days early. Thank you, patrons! To be our next Blasterheads or Nerve Herd of the Week, be sure to subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/moralityplays. To keep up to date with our new events and upcoming projects, follow us on Facebook at No Match for a Blaster or on Twitter at No Match Podcast. So, get your ionization blasters ready, because we're returning to the crew of the Atheon as they're entering the bottom floor of the research station Nalidus.
Open. Moff Spozak's intelligence log. The Mandalorian research facility upon the moon of Nalidus was mysteriously locked down during the Old Republic era due to a so-called containment issue. The station is rumored to have developed weapons for use in fighting Force users. Although the crew of the Atheon has gained entry to the base, they must now attempt to search the ransacked facility without succumbing to whatever destroyed it in the first place. Close. Intelligence log.
Actually,
it's a good day.
S4, give me a perception. You're gonna reflexively want to cycle through your thing. Like Kamaya said, something might be up. You cycle through your visions.
Okay. Perception difficulty.
Moderate, medium, 2.
And not group.
Not group.
Am I looking? So I'm cycling through all my visions. I'm looking for something that might induce a headache. May I have a blue die since I'm looking for something in particular?
Do you have a theory of what it would be?
Oh, that's fair. I am concerned that there is a agent in the air that I can't distinguish because I'm a droid.
They're in vac suits.
Yeah, but it's possible there's damage to them that they're not aware of.
All right.
Well, mine's obviously compromised.
Yeah. The sensor is compromised. The suit probably isn't compromised.
Yeah, your suit is still sealed because there's no atmosphere on the moon. Well, there's an atmosphere.
It's fine. S4M is running through a lot of things. It's probably not enough to be specific.
Okay.
Wow.
So a threat and a triumph.
All right. Walk me through.
No successes.
Walk me through your sensor visions, and I'll tell you what you see.
Okay. So regular vision mode.
It's dark.
Enhanced light mode.
It's less dark. You've got 5 of these, right?
Right.
Okay.
I've got some number of them. Let's see. Heat sensor mode.
Heat sensor mode. Okay. You do see some heat running through the ceiling, which is probably
power lines.
Yeah, it's very low. You do see a bloom of heat that is bleeding through one of the way down one of the hallways. It's probably going through a room or something like that.
Okay, let's heat vision mode. What else? What else exists?
You got 5 eyes.
Oh, medical diagnostics.
Medical diagnostics. There is currently no life signs that you
and
can
anywhere
see.
nearby. Just checking.
You know what? Actually, there is a bioorganic gloopy thing in one of the corners of the room.
Like mold?
Give me a medicine.
Fair. Difficulty?
Easy. Jesus.
A success, 2 advantages, and apparently 2 triumphs.
Okay, so the amount of information I was willing to give you was that it looks like it's mostly made up of oils and fat.
Oh, okay.
But you got a triumph.
Two of them.
So
Two?
the first triumph is that you understand that that it is still basically... It's not breaking down, it's not decomposing. It's been there, and you can tell the area around it hasn't moved or anything. Mm-hmm. But it's still just as a functional moving cell. The other triumph is that... Oh, gosh. Yeah, this definitely isn't the whole part of an organism. This is definitely like a part of a thing. And you actually... If you pick it up and mess with it, do you do that?
Sure.
Okay, you pick it up and mess with it.
Run scans on it, prod it.
You notice that. So on the top of it, it's just like that creepy kind of, almost like a pimple. That it's a fat. It's a chunk of fat, right? Mm-hmm. When you roll it over, you see that there are burn and scorch marks and little flecks of dust embedded into the skin of it.
So like something got lased off or cut off or
Kinda.
blasted off?
Yeah, you definitely can recognize none of these are blaster marks. One does look like an open flame mark. And you're not sure what the other thing is.
Alright, well I'll put the gloopy thing back down.
Aw. You guys don't want pets? This is the pet episode. Everyone gets pets.
I get
You get a gloop?
I get a gloop, yeah. Well, I'm not sure what entirely this is, but it appears to be a piece of something, Captain.
Ew.
Why ooh?
Because, ew, it looks gross.
I don't follow, but alright. Looks like all you organics to me.
That does not look like us.
Have you seen inside of yourself? I have.
Did you have any...
Only on really bad days.
Right, so I continue to cycle through other visions.
So you have 2 more?
Sure.
Do you have, like, radiation or...
I was gonna look through, like, electrical, not static, what's... yeah, I could look for radiation. That's a good point. I'll look through background radiation.
The dust on the thing, on the goop, the dust is giving off a unique radiation signal that you are familiar with. Yeah, it is giving off the faint, the same faint energy signature as kyber crystal dust would.
Ah, okay. That's not disconcerting.
Mm-hmm. And there's like little bits you can get, now that you know what you're looking for, you can see little bits here and there that kind of, it's very, very faint.
Well, I recognize these bits, and I indicate to no one. I indicate to the disembodied hand that there are little tiny, like microscopic, are we talking about?
Like grains of sand.
Yeah, okay. Tiny little bits, and I will point them out, and I'll shine a light on them so you can kind of see them reflect. These are kyber crystal fragments.
Oh.
Are you familiar with kyber crystals?
Like, I am a little bit. I mean...
Kyber crystals are used to focus the beam in a lightsaber blade.
Yeah, it's like a force thing.
Yes, it's like a force thing. I really wish S4M could just play back her saying that. That would have been much better.
Yeah, it's like a force thing.
So you keep joking. Remy, you keep your hand in your sleeve, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
Alright, so nothing else odd in the radiation department.
No.
Alright, I'd also like to use Triumph Vision. Or Eagle Eye Vision. Or
well, didn't you have a
like electromagnetic signal kind of thing?
That was
like
actually the kind of one I was going to go with
signal?
next.
Yeah.
Electromagnetic signatures.
Down the hall, you do see some jutting out of the wall a little bit, not far, maybe like a foot or so. You see these panels are kind of pulled out, and you see that there's hot power cords going through the walls to those places, and then becoming terminated, being broken. And you see apparatuses on these. They kind of like when you have shelving come out straight out of the wall, and so it pulls out, and whatever was there has been broken.
Isn't there anymore? Yeah.
Well, it's in bits, but the power is no longer flowing through it.
Okay, well, let's go investigate to see what that is.
Doodle-doo. Yep.
Sure.
You walk forward. Yay.
You must gather your party for venturing forth.
It looks like they were like very small little weapon hookups. Somebody give me a warfare.
Some sort of security turrets?
No, not quite. Give me a warfare.
Not my strong suit.
Remy?
Is that a knowledge?
It is an int. Yeah, I have 4 green in that.
I have 2.
So it is your strong suit.
I appear to have spoken too soon.
Give me group warfare.
I can only
You are
contribute
the
2
smart
green.
one in the party.
I am the smart one. Alright, so I have 4 green. People have what else? So
Nothing.
Yeah, we can't help you.
Okay, so 4 green it is. Difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
2 successes.
So these are
Oh, these are weapon racks?
kind of, but they're plugged into the wall. They only come up to your hip, and they only hold a single weapon, right? But there's like 3 or 4 of them that you see, and they're pulled out and then smashed. You are able to tell that one of them is used to be a very accurate flamethrower, energy-fed flamethrower. So, like, it doesn't actually use a gas canister. It actually takes raw power and then runs it through a sci-fi mechanism to create fire.
Okay.
Another one looks like a very weird alien. It would be a sonic weapon of some sort.
Okay.
And another one looks like it was a very large, almost like railgun. Yeah. And they all plugged into the wall, like through the wall, and
they've all been shredded.
Yes. But because of your very high warfare skill,
I was able to determine what they used to be.
yeah, you're like, that's a Mandalorian flamethrower. Yeah, they invented flamethrowers. Yeah.
Hopefully somewhere else we'll find actual intact weapons.
If there's any like useful parts of any of these things that look reasonably intact, I'd like to keep them. Or are they just completely mincemeat?
You can get a part. You can get parts.
Right. I'll gather parts.
Yeah, you would need a lot of things to...
No, I'm not necessarily trying to reproduce these things.
Yeah,
but
tell you what.
These are rare and valuable parts.
You find a small part of the apparatus that you can convert a insane amount of energy into flame.
Okay, that's cool. I find the sci-fi mechanism for the flamethrower.
Yeah.
The black box of the flamethrower. And I will put it in my chest cavity.
Okay, can we keep moving?
Is that all that's down here?
No, it keeps going.
Okay,
There's also the area where you got the power. You sense the heat.
Right. We will head that way then.
You started that way. You notice that there are more of those weapon things, but they're even more demolished now.
Okay.
It actually. Ooh. Come on. Give me a perception. Give me a quick perception.
Just me? Difficulty?
1.
A success and a threat.
Okay. There's something very familiar about how these are destroyed, and for some reason you think you could see it better if you didn't have your helmet on.
Oh god. That sounds like an
That
awful
errant
idea.
thought is the threat.
Okay. So I try to go and look at it, but don't get much out of it.
Yeah.
Those droids are still here.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, it looks very familiar. The way they're destroyed looks very familiar to you. The weapons, not droids. The weapons are destroyed. All right, you start going. All of a sudden, S4, you get slammed against a wall.
By nothing?
By nothing.
I say,
What is it, Captain?
What?
Oh, Kamaya, excuse me.
What is it, Kamaya?
Because I would see the captain's hand.
Yep.
Whoa, S4. You okay? What happened?
S4M's head turns to where Kamaya's voice is coming from, which is not directly in front of him, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Something just hit me. Or I just hit something.
I start running through all the different sensors trying to look in front of me.
Flip, 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 flip.
Flip, flip.
Nothing's changing.
Very Predator style.
Yes, it's very Predator style. Nothing's happening.
Did he just get pushed or did he get pulled?
Did I run it? Did I run into something or
No.
No, like did he get pushed over or did he get? Is it a magnet thing? You're a metal person.
Aw, you called me a person again.
Do you ask him that bit?
I try to stand up.
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
I'm asking you so that he'll know.
You don't know then.
We can move then. Okay.
All right. As for did I get knocked prone?
No, you get like
Jostled backwards?
like thrown and pressed to a wall.
Oh, okay. Am I face first in the wall or back into the wall?
I think back in the wall.
Okay. I try to lever myself off the wall.
You do.
Push.
You lever yourself on the wall. There is in the wall, there's a bit of an imprint of you.
Did gravity change all of a sudden?
Well, we didn't move.
And the two robots didn't
Nope.
get it.
Um,
I'm calling them robots. Is that correct? Or is that
Droids.
wrong?
They're droids.
droids.
So what is the difference? I assume that droids have AI.
Regardless, this is weird. Yeah, if we look around, we can't see anything. Are we just in a hallway?
Yeah. S4, you get pulled forward about 30 feet and slammed into the ground. You are beyond... You are past your droids now. Your constructor bots. Your lifter bots.
Well, this is becoming disconcerting.
I try to stand up again.
How far away is he from us?
35 feet.
Okay.
I'm looking in the walls for energy signatures or heat blooms.
For heat blooms, no. You see that heat bloom still like another 65 feet down. It looks like it's bleeding through multiple walls. But no energy signatures. You still see power going through the walls. Looks like it's terminating in what would be those weapon spaces, but it looks like they're destroyed.
But not from, like, for example, behind where I'm getting pulled into the wall.
Nope.
And none of us felt anything.
Emotionally?
I didn't feel
No.
anything. Or physically.
Oh, physically. No, you still have that throbbing in your hand. And Bobby has the headache.
And I didn't see anything except for that.
Okay, for the record, they just call them droids. They don't call them robots.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just a Star Wars term for them.
Okay.
Is this some force struck again?
I'm not sure, but that is a possible explanation. Let me get up and try again.
After a moment, you're able to pry yourself up. There is a deeper impression of you in the ground.
Were they both in the same direction? Did he get pulled in the same or pushed in the same direction?
Nope. He got pulled straight to the left and hit the wall. Now he was pulled straight forward and then pressed into the floor.
Okay, what else do we see in the hall?
You see that the hall will end in about another 30 feet and break to the left and right. To the left is in the general direction of the heat bloom that he saw.
So he's looking down the hall now.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, I go to where he's at.
Yeah, we'll jog after him.
And look
I want to head
left
towards the
and
heat
right.
bloom, yeah.
Okay, which way was that?
To the left.
Left.
Okay, what do I see down that way?
So as you in the get to the end of the hallway to look left, S4's right arm is pulled from its socket and clatters to the ground.
Oh, jeez.
You look down the way.
Hey!
And you see a large blast door with that is almost glowing with like heat.
Glowing with heat.
Yeah, like hot metal.
Yeah, that has to be pretty hot. And you said it fell straight down?
It was ripped from his shoulder. Like if you were to like a Wookiee grabbed it, pulled it from his body enough for all the connective stuff to be apart, and then dropped it.
I reached down to pick up my arm.
It does not. You can't pick it up.
It's stuck to the ground?
Yes.
Can one of the lifter bots pull it off the ground?
far
Well, they're following me, aren't they?
Well, you got pushed 30 feet away.
Oh, right. So I'd have to walk back to them and get them to come in.
Yeah.
All right, I'll walk back to them and try to get them to get my hand off the ground.
They are able to pick up your arm.
Okay.
They do register it as being many.
Insanely heavy.
Yes. But they have a brawn of like, what did I say, 10 or something? Yeah.
8.
8.
Oh.
Oh?
I've had a thought.
What?
So, I don't know if you realized why I'm so heavy.
No. Made out of something that's heavy? Okay, what?
Do you know what cortosis weave is?
Was it more of a fabric, or...
So, it's a material that lightsabers can't cut through.
Oh.
But it's super dense. And it's what's making me so heavy. I'm wondering if that has something to do with the fact that I am being affected by whatever this is, and no one else is.
Is it... I mean, because you're heavy?
Because I'm made out of a slightly different material.
Oh.
Yes, and because I am super heavy.
But you said there's kyber crystal stuff around.
Yes.
That should make you more resilient against that kind of stuff, right? If that's the sort of thing that's going on.
I'm not sure what's going on, but remember the Mandalorian projects were... Some of them were to fight against Jedi, correct?
Yeah.
Right. I'm wondering if this has something to do with why I'm having problems and no one else is. Because I have something on me that smacks of the Jedi.
Wouldn't cortosis weave be a thing used to fight against the Jedi?
Sometimes.
If it's lightsaber resistant?
But it's not the way the Mandalorians did it.
Oh.
Not
Are
to my knowledge,
you
anyway.
saying you held that piece of tissue with the kyber crystal dust in that hand?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't consider that. I think I held it in both hands, if I recall correctly.
Did I hold it in both hands?
Yep.
Yep, I held it in both hands.
But I mean, is that where you were carrying it?
I'll look on the hand. Is there kyber crystal dust on it? The hand that's been pulled off of me.
Some. Yeah, sure.
Is there some on the other hand or anywhere else on me?
Yeah.
I've gotten sparkled. Great.
The door gets looks like it's getting brighter and hotter.
I'll scan the temperature reading. Is it in fact that hot?
It is actually not.
It is not actually that hot.
It is not actually hot. Like it's hot, but it's not hot enough to do what it's doing.
Well, this just keeps getting stranger. Sensors indicate that door is not as hot as it is indicating it is by getting bright and red.
It's getting red. Is that correct? Is it going like through the cycles of this is heated metal?
Yeah, it's getting white
orangey
hot,
red
yeah.
at the moment. Yeah. Oh, it's getting white hot at the moment. Okay. So it shouldn't be as hot as the color of it indicates. That's interesting. I look around. Is there a computer terminal or anything nearby?
On the other side of the door. like on the opposite side.
Of the door to the left?
Is
The,
there
the hot one?
Is there a way to open it from the outside? The door? The blast door?
Sure.
Is this blast door designed to seal whatever is in there in there? Or is it trying to protect...
Presumably not if the control panel is on the inside of the door.
No, it's on the opposite side. So you'd have to walk in front of the door to get to it.
Okay, I'll walk by the door.
Yeah, there's a computer terminal.
All right, I'll activate the computer terminal and see what's up.
You have to give me a strain for it.
Take a strain point.
It's dead. All these things
Oh,
are dead.
I have to turn on the thing. Wow, that thing's really coming in.
It really is.
That thing is great, yeah.
Well, you remember
It's a cybernetic thing.
last time they were in an Imperial facility and they had to turn on the entire power to the base. You would have just boom.
Bypassing problems. All right, I jam my finger in the socket and turn the panel back on.
Give me a hard with a 1 black die computers.
1 success and 1 advantage.
Okay, you're able to turn it on. You get a little bit of information, not a ton of information. It looks like this is containment, so it's about keeping whatever's inside. It looks, they refer to it as Subject 12.
Oh, great. It has a title.
Yeah.
Is there any more information on Subject 12 on this database?
They do
Cross-reference medical or cross-reference weapon technology? Or...
They say that they run through a lot of coded language about weapon systems. They say that the most promising is weapon system Gamma version 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a whole bunch of other ones, which you can kind of with the more of the description, you can kind of tell that it's some of the weapon systems that are in the hallways.
Yeah.
That they have minimal to to no effect.
Oh, that they were testing weapons on this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, it would appear that they've been trying were trying different weapons on Subject 12, which is behind this blast door.
Oh. Is it still back there? Does it work?
I could open the door and find out, but I suspect that's not a good idea.
Is that
Suspect.
trying to come through the door?
Is there a scanning system or cameras or anything showing what's inside?
Not anymore. I'm gonna need our squishy PCs to give me another one of those. Was it Will? Was it? I made you guys
Discipline.
Discipline?
Yeah, give me another discipline.
What was the difficulty?
This time it's gonna be hard.
I wonder what weapon Gamma 4 is.
3 successes and 2 threats.
Nice.
Oh, I succeeded this time with a threat.
Okay, so you both have your stomachs kind of do backflips for a moment as S4 is literally pressed against the ceiling at about 12 times normal gravity. He's able to withstand it. He could literally stand up, but it's sustained this time. So you guys feel the ambient gravity shift.
But we don't feel it personally.
You guys are not affected by it directly, but you do feel.
And
gravity
here I was
move
gonna ask if I should be concerned why they were making saving throws. As S4M is wanged into the ceiling. Wang.
Yeah.
Apparently you don't get a saving throw.
As long as you don't pull off my leg. Then it would have cost me an arm and a leg to come down here.
Mm-hmm. The droids are holding your arm. It does not affect your arm.
That's great. Great.
What do you do?
I remain stuck to the ceiling, I believe, is what I do.
Well, you're kind of bopped up there, and now you're feeling like really heavy gravity up there, but you can get up. You're a pretty strong droid. So 12 gravity isn't that big.
I'll stand up on the ceiling, sure.
Yep.
So we feel like whatever's behind this door is malicious.
Yeah, I think this is targeted. It knows that you are not one of the normal droids that's here.
Yes, it doesn't seem to be targeting the other droids.
I look over at the other droids.
Or your arm, now that it's been removed from you. I wonder if we can get some kind of signature on you that makes you recognizable to the facility as one of its workers or something.
I take out the piece of the flamethrower weapon and drop it.
It doesn't drop. It goes to the ceiling.
It sticks to the ceiling?
You drop to the ground.
There we go. So it was attacking the things that were used to fight it or hurt it. That makes more sense. May I have my arm back, please?
I ask the droid as I command it to give me the arm.
The door's glow starts to get a little darker.
Well, that makes more sense. So, if that thing, if whatever's in there, was only angry about the weapons that were used to fight it, maybe it can help against Darask?
Recalculating. It is a possibility. I don't know exactly what Subject 12 is, though.
No way to find out on that terminal?
Not from here, no. We could always come back. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Let's see what's down the other hallway and find out if we can get more on it.
I'm impressed that whatever this is still alive. If it's alive at all.
I was thinking the same thing.
Let's keep looking.
You go down to the other hallway. You find another door, and you're able to go into it, and it's more of a traditional kind of armory room. You see a lot of the same type of weapons that you saw in the hallway. They are also absolutely destroyed, and this place is this room, which is, I don't know, it's the size of a garage. This one room, it's pretty tall. Everything has been smashed and crushed to the ground, and every single surface still has that exact same kind of uncomfortable brown color to it that used to be blood many, 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 many years ago.
But there are no body parts, no bones or anything?
Not that you see.
Okay, so what do we see in the room?
A lot of destroyed weapons. Is like an armory room. And looks like at one point this room was absolutely covered in blood.
Okay, destroyed weapons, though. I mean, that's what we're here for. Not destroyed, necessarily, but we're here to look for that slug thrower, essentially.
Right.
Or at least the schematics.
Also
I'm not sure what the weapon actually is or may be. It may be Subject 12. But I would like a little bit more data before we start taking things. On the other hand...
and I point at my other hand.
It is possible that one of these weapons may work. I'm not sure. A flamethrower would seem to be an ideal weapon. You can't really block that. Not with a lightsaber, anyway. But I believe there may be force powers that could be used against such a weapon. See, this is why I want to find more data. Also, if we...
Flamethrowers are also usually pretty short range.
That's true. There's also the issue of us trying to take any of these weapons and move them closer to the door will cause us to be thrown against the ceiling. And I'd hate to think that what would happen if one of your arms was ripped out of your sockets.
Good point.
Can these guys hold them for us? She indicates the droids.
I'm not sure it's a question of holding it. I think it's a question of the creature believes it is a threat, so he will use it. It will use its abilities to destroy it.
Well, yeah, but they're more likely to continue functioning after getting thrown against stuff and might be able to get far enough away.
That is also true. We can look around and see if there are any useful pieces around here.
Alright, S4M will start searching through the smashed up armory.
Yeah, Remy will too. He's careful not to pick anything up, but he will, like, kind of move stuff and, like, kind of examine
through
it.
the debris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find, a few sonic emitters, you find some railgun coils, you can find another one of those flame emitters that you found. There's also a good amount of, was it Cartosis, right? You find some Cartosis plates.
Okay.
It's hard to notice them at first because you tend to think of Cartosis as being, like, almost never being marred, but these have been, like, stained.
Damaged. Yeah.
Like, deeply stained. Like, you feel like, for some reason, that you probably couldn't get the Cartosis to look clean ever again. It's always going to have that, like, rust color to it.
Okay, I'm going to pick up one of the pieces of Cortosis.
Okay.
And walk towards the blast door.
Nothing seems to happen. You find a piece of Cartosis that would essentially, enough for, like, a shin guard.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to gather up Cortosis bits, then.
Okay.
Those will come in handy for me. And possibly for you. You can make Cortosis weave you can weave it into weapons. And
it's
weapons
not weave.
It's not. It's plates.
It's
okay,
Cortosis plates, which are pretty thick. That you'd never, like, at no part of the Cortosis do you find it less than, like, an inch thick.
Well, even so, we may be able to make some makeshift armor for you guys out of it. So I'll start collecting useful bits, and I'll tell you what I'm looking for and what to look for. So maybe you can collect some bits too.
Yeah. You find plot amount of Cortosis.
Aha! I knew it. I was going to suggest we might be able to find plot amount of Cortosis, so that works out brilliantly. Yes.
Is there anything else in this room?
Those things.
I mean, there are pieces of weapons, but I don't think we want to pick those up.
Give me a medical. Give me a easy medical, real quick.
Oh.
We're also a way out of this room besides the one we came in.
Medical. 1 success. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 4 successes and an advantage.
You find the star equivalent of fillings and a pacemaker.
Alrighty. So something alive used to be laying here. Or all of this got pulled out of them. Oh, that might explain it.
That caused a lot of blood.
As you pick up the pacemaker. Oh.
Oh yeah, if the pacemaker got, ripped out of the person's chest and all the fillings got pulled out, that would cause it a lot of blood.
S4M muses out loud.
With that laugh.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there.
And you still don't.
Still don't. I do see things periodically lifting up into being picked up, though. So.
Yeah.
In that left hand, I can still see that left glove. Okay. Well, so there's nothing else. Have we hit all the rooms down here? Is what
Yes.
I'm asking that we saw. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Perhaps we should proceed up one more floor, Captain. Maybe I can work on getting my arm reattached.
Was it my left arm, you said?
I don't remember anymore.
Because I think that's the one with the shield on it.
What all you need to get it back on?
Someone
Really,
else roll
I
mechanical?
Yeah, really, I need someone else to attach it. It's possible they have a droid repair bay somewhere around here. We might be able to use that.
These guys can't help you, can they?
No. No, I think they're too ham-handed to... Even if I command them through it, do I think that would work?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. These are for heavy lifting, not fine mechanical work.
You guys want to do anything else down here?
Well, I mean, I don't think there is anything else, unless they want
you guys can always open the door.
Well, I think S4 has already said he wants to go check out the other rooms before we do that.
Well, all the rooms on this floor have been checked out. Oh, you mean floors? The floors.
The next floor, yes.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, let's go up one level, I suggest.
Okay.
We're not ready for the boss room yet. We have to...
We need the boss key first.
Yeah. You walk back to the lift.
Yep.
You notice that the globule of thing has moved at least a few feet.
In what direction?
It has moved towards the lift.
Towards the lift.
Towards the lift. It's not moving now.
Okay, I will pick it up and put it back where I had originally put it. I'm testing a theory.
All right.
Testing a theory here.
You get to the lift. I'm going to say that the charge is still there. You don't have to do another one.
Okay, I don't have to charge.
Thought about it, but the party got separated. I would have used a dark side point.
The elevator's dead.
Oh, you dropped the car keys. Running from the serial killer. All right,
Typical.
You go up one more floor.
All right.
Ding. Oh, sorry. Boo.
There we go.
Doors open, and you walk out, and it looks like it's a lot of like a lot of research and laboratory kind of things. There's a lot of corridors going, but there's also a lot of clear durasteel panes everywhere, so you can kind of see into a lot of the lab areas. There's a really large area off to the left that looks more like a gun range, so they could test things. The other ones look more like generic sci-fi scientific kind of room. Most of it is the clear durasteel kind of windshield thing, and you can see through parts of it, but other parts are very much stained in that same way.
Like
Oh, good. We found the
stained.
sciencey stuff.
Give me a perception, a group perception.
My
think our
perception
group
is
is
still a yellow and a green.
Yeah, I think our group perception is still 2 green and a yellow.
Yep.
Y'all want me to get it this time?
Sure.
What's the difficulty? Ida?
Difficulty 2 and a black. So you
There's
get
a failure and a threat.
yeah.
Failure and a threat.
Yeah.
Okay. You do notice that there are bodies though.
Oh, actual body?
Yeah.
All right, I'll ask for him wants to go investigate the bodies.
Okay.
And then wants to go investigate the gun range.
Okay.
Excuse me, the blaster range.
All right. They're behind.
Maya would like to investigate the blaster range.
They're behind mechanical sealed doors.
Oh.
I assume they won't open.
Are they like airlock doors that I need to force open, or are they do I need to trick the door into opening?
Either would work.
Okay. Well, let's go with finesse here. We'll try to trick the door into opening. But you wanted to go look at the range?
Mm-hmm. That's
Is
what I wanted.
the range behind a door as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with the range. We can always come back to the bodies. Presumably, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of dungeon run, right? All right. What's the difficulty on the doors, please?
So the doors are going to be
Mechanically.
mechanical 2 and a black.
Well, it's not as bad as that.
No.
Boop. 1 success, 2 advantages.
Sure, yeah, you force the door, like, you force the latch mechanism, and it registers being open, and then it...
Yeah, I spoof the mechanism into thinking it's supposed to open.
Yeah. You go into the range area, and there's a cage off to the right side, and it looks like there's tags hanging from various kinds of weapons and stuff like that. And on the range, looks like there is a weapon that is laid out and like broken down completely on a small table. And there is a body there. But
I'll go and look at the body.
But of all the areas, there's the least amount of like blood
bodies
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did this used to be a Mandalorian?
Or
at least a human?
Yes, humanoid.
Humanoid, yeah.
So what kind of weapons do I see?
Is it mostly a skeleton at this point?
Yeah, mostly a skeleton.
Any cyber tech?
Would he have a bit of cyber tech? He would. He has a data jack that is integrated on the base of his skull.
Okay. I'd like to plug into the data jack and see if I can't see what he was saving.
Okay. It's a lot of...
That'll be a skullduggery roll.
Well played, sir.
All right, S4, roll it then.
Data jack.
What's your skullduggery?
What's my skullduggery?
Yeah.
I think it's a 1 green. Yeah.
I'll do it.
Mine's,
I've got 3 green.
I've got 2 green. Green.
Remy walks over. First damn time I've used this. All right, yeah. So, yeah, jack in.
Computers.
Yeah.
Is there defenses I need to get past?
It's gonna be 1 purple but 2 black.
This is old and beaten up and skeletal.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have a skeleton crew down here. No. Failure and 3 advantages. I don't know how to do this. This is not working.
From what you're able to figure out, it looks like that this also would plug into some of the weapons.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, I'll take it. He's not using it anymore,
It is
right?
drilled into the base of his skull, so you're gonna have to...
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'll take the head and the spinal column.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Yeah. This is turning into a Predator episode after all.
Komaya, you're like, ooh, what are those guns in the cage? You see all different kinds of... It's hard to... No guns that you've ever interacted with. All the grips are goofy, and the barrels are weird, and some of them are short. And then it's behind a cage, so you can't get in it. And you turn around and you see S4 come up with holding the base of a...
Like it's a puppet.
It's a puppet. Dangling spinal cord.
I only have the 1 arm at the moment, so... Like, I'm holding it up like a puppet. With the red eyes.
Great.
There's not a lot of light in here, I'm assuming,
There's
right?
not.
So it's the and I'm reflected in the light of the 2 bots with their yellow lights flashing.
Right. Can you get this cage open?
I can certainly try, Kamaya. 1 moment. Would you hold this?
No.
Alright, I'll put it in the hands of one of the droids then. So they'll just hold it for me.
The droids are holding a whole bunch of plating. And then
that's right.
And you also put the skull... You can put the skull on top of it.
I'll put the skull on top of it. Yeah,
Okay.
It's fine. They've got the loot. They are the pack animals of this adventure. We need bins or something that they can just carry and put all the stuff in the bins. I'll work on that in a moment. All right, so let's take a look at this gate here, because I'm assuming it's a weapons cage, right?
Yes, it's a weapons cage.
Yes. Yeah. So is this a computer's lock or a mechanical?
Mechanical.
Lock?
Just mechanical.
Mechanical. Yes. All right, I'll see if I can't spoof this one open to, or confuse this one into opening, or just kind of break it open.
Yeah.
2 yellow, whichever of those works. Difficulty?
2. It's just 2.
2 successes, 3 advantages, and a triumph.
So the cage door opens with a
It
satisfying
opens
sigh.
and neon. It opens and some neon lights come on, pointing to a specific weapon that say, "This is the good one."
The doors open.
Are
Yeah.
there on the other side of the cage? Could there be a body that has a key on it? That
Yeah,
could
sure.
be
There's
the
a very
triumph?
call out.
Yeah. Thank you. Once we get inside, we find the armorer's key. And that could be the triumph. I don't know about the advantages though, or maybe that should be the advantage.
Yeah, you see
Oh,
tons.
here's a light switch. Click.
You find, so you go in there and there's tons of weapons and they all have tags hanging off of them. And
They're all in Mando, I'm assuming.
they're all in Mando. And there is a tag that will say, because you rolled the Triumph, Gamma 4, that spot is, the spot is empty.
Shab.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different guns. They just do stuff. You're not sure. Some of them may or may not work. Some of them may do something they didn't mean to. It looks like you actually see Gamma 1, Gamma 2.
This one kills whoever
Gamma...
pulls the trigger. That was not what we meant that to do.
These are different generations of the guns. So you see, you see Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Gamma 3.
Okay. What is it? A pistol? Is it a rifle thing? What is it?
It actually looks like it is a... So, yeah, you can look at Gamma 1, 2, and 3. So it looks like it started off as a shoulder-mounted weapon.
Something.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then once you got to Gamma 2, it turned more into a rifle. Gamma 3 is actually kind of a pistol grip, but it also latches onto the entire length of the forearm. And it looks like it actually... might anchor into some kind of cybernetics, and it has a data port on the back of it.
Oh. I'll try plugging the data port that I found in the guy's skull into it. If I can.
It fits. But you can't access it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go and look at the weapon that was by the guy that was kind of taken apart.
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. No. It was not Gamma 4, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
It could have been.
Yeah, it's completely broken down.
I kind of want to test some of these.
Captain, I look around for the disembodied hand.
Yep.
Do you see anything?
It actually looks like out of all the guns in here are different generations of the different subsystems, right? Of the different weapons. And the last generation of every weapon is missing.
I kind of want to take like the Gamma 3 and go test it. Because it's shooting range. So I want to go shoot a target.
It looks like this attaches to cybernetics of some sort, Kamaya. I'm not sure you'll be able to use it.
Did the previous generations do that too?
The Gamma 1 did not, the other two do.
Oh, that one's huge.
Massive.
It is a shoulder-mounted weapon.
Would I use my, I probably don't know. I would need, like, a mechanical to put that thing back together, right?
You would have to know how the gun works, too. Like, you would have to have knowledge of the weapon.
I don't know if I could use basic, like, knowledge of weapons that I already...
You would need to roll really well.
Yeah. Are there any weapons here that look kind of cool that do not use cybernetics?
That'd be a point. Tell me what you would want to find.
You could spend a light side point on that. I'm fine with that. Some sort of specialized Mandalorian rifle would be neat.
Yeah, I would
like
love
a Mandalorian
rifle
sniper
of some
rifle.
sort.
A Mandalorian star sniper rifle.
Oh, I have an idea for
Like
that
a-
if you do that.
Like a rifle, or we talked about flamethrowers.
Yeah, they have flamethrowers. Give me a point, and I'll put that in there, and I'll also put a weird weapon in there too.
Cool. Yeah, I'll give you a point.
Okay. So there is a small, kind of boxy, pistol-gripped flamethrower. It consumes a power cell in 3 shots.
Okay.
So it is very energy hungry. It uses the same kind of converter that that S4 found. Just for reference, like we've never had to deal with it, but I think a charge pack has like 100. Like it has a charge pack has like many shots in it. Like sometimes you would have to reload them. We've never had to be a problem. And there is another one that is called the Star Rifle.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not sure what it does or how it does.
Which version of the Star Rifle is this? Because I'm assuming that's its code name.
It's got to be version 1. The only ones that don't use a cybernetic hookup.
Right. Okay. The Star Rifle.
Yeah.
It is huge.
So it eventually becomes a Star holdout blaster. Is the
actually
top
yeah?
version.
So you see the first one, and it looks like a massive kind of. So here's the funny thing. So you look at it, and it looks
like a crew-served weapon.
No. It's massive, right? It's a shoulder-mounted kind of weapon with a big flip-out, like reticle kind of a thing. But it doesn't have a barrel coming out of the top of it. It's very boxy. Version 2, you do see there, and it of course has the hookup, so you can't use it. It looks like it's smaller, and it actually looks like it attaches to a shoulder mount, so it's much shorter. And the last one last one that you actually see there is straps onto a backpack.
Okay. Can I try the Star Rifle in the little shooting range?
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, I want to go shoot it.
Yeah, sure.
Is there a brawn requirement for this weapon?
Yes.
What is
it? Is it 2, I believe, right? Like, that's what, like, 1 is pretty good, but, like, 2 is pretty hefty, right?
Yeah, so 2 is, like, the maximum of what I can wield without taking negatives.
Sure. You set it up. You're going to fire a gun. You set it up, and it tells you that minimal clearance allowance is not present.
The gun does?
Yep.
I translate this from Mando.
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Yeah. It says that we're in too confined a space to test fire this weapon.
Cool. Can we make the so this is a Star gun range. Does are there longer distances? Can we
it's
like
a height
adjust
issue.
things?
It's a height issue.
It's a height issue. Cool.
Like you have like a mortar or something?
As S4 goes through puberty.
Yeah. Sorry.
Mortar.
Is this like a mortar or something?
You're not sure?
Well, where does it look like it projects the attack?
You're not quite sure.
Huh.
It looks like a seamless box.
This really isn't my department. My department comes after this thing is struck. But we could certainly try loading it onto the walking droids.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to be a jerk. It's also really hard to shoot most of these guns in your vac suit. The big hefty ones. It's very hard to shoot.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I want the Star Rifle and the flamethrower.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll add them to the pile.
Them all.
Yeah, we'll add them to the pile.
I'm gonna say your droids are full.
Okay, the droids are full.
So we take them back.
I find some sort of boxes and put all the stuff in the boxes now, so the droids could just carry the boxes. I understand they're still full, but
yes.
for S4M's sense of sanity, he just wanted boxes that they can carry all this stuff in, so they're not just hand holding all this stuff. If that's okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to pick up some more droids.
All right, well, I'm going to walk over to the room that had all the bodies in it and start working on that door.
Thanks for listening. To make sure you don't miss any big updates, follow us on Facebook at No Match for a Blaster or on Twitter at No Match Podcast. If you enjoyed our show, please leave us a review on iTunes and visit our Patreon at patreon.com/moralityplays. No Match for a Blaster is a podcast from Morality Plays. Star Wars, Edge of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, and Force and Destiny are made by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. Our theme is by Kevin MacLeod. Sound effects by Tristan Lundgren, Vindus, and Akmov. And I would like to thank my amazing players. Brandon playing Remy Drobash, Gerald playing S4M3L, and Bobby playing Kamaya Saris. And of course, I'd like to thank you, our listeners, and we'll see you again soon in a galaxy far, far away.